I daren't open the polytunnel because I don't want it to blow away. It's a gloomy, miserable Saturday. So I'm hanging out in the greenhouse where hopefully I'm not going to get a deluge of it. It's been hailing. It's been raining and hailing this morning. But we've got another package. Somebody's been spending far too much money at the moment, but it will be worth it. I've not mentioned this. I've been wanting to order these for ages, and I always go online and I look at what I want, and there's always out of stock. They'll have, there's 4 things in this box, right, 4 things. And I wanted to buy all 4 at the same time from the same place. And I hadn't been able to find 2 of them in stock, so I've been regularly watching. And finally, I was online just a couple of days ago. Yeah, they've come very quickly actually. Let's say I was online last week, and I finally found that the RHS had the 4 surprises, which you'll see in a minute, all in stock at the same time. So I quickly went ahead and ordered them. I can't keep you hanging on any longer, can I? So let's see. It's a tall box. Whether or not that will help you decide what we've got in here or not. Now obviously the RHS is not a budget. Oh, I wasn't expecting one of them to be flowering now. Okay. I was expecting to see some dead twiggy things. So to have one flowering now, and I think that's the thing, because I've bought the 4 different ones, they should stagger flowering. Wow, okay, how do I get you out? I've opened the bottom of the box and now that's the way to do it. So, ta-da! We've got 4 clematis here. These are all nicely packaged in sort of biodegradable packaging. Okay, so this one, hopefully the label's in there. Right, so this one is one of the ones that I'd been waiting to come into stock. And these are all from the River series, and this is Hudson River. So this one is East River. So they're all very similar. This one, which has got some flowers on it, this one is, this is the one that was more readily available, Star River. So we can actually see the flowers on this one. So that the flowers aren't really big, so I suppose they're not terribly focal. But anyway, it's something I've wanted for ages. So that's great. Yeah, so this one is Star River. And it's still got some buds on it as well, which is nice. I'm going to have to put them on the floor though, because the greenhouse isn't quite tall enough. Blue River. This is nice, isn't it? This one actually feels better watered than the others. So imagine these flowers in a bouquet. Even those little seed pods as detail when you take the flowers off. So really pleased with these. Okay, I found a tray so that I can water them, but this one on the end here actually, I don't think I want to water that one, because that one is already fairly heavy and fairly well watered, but we will go ahead and water the others. And then I will show you, if it's not raining outside, where I'm planning on putting these clematis. So this is the bed. I haven't quite finished clearing this end, and then the plan is going to be to create cylinders of the stock wire, probably, to be honest, using the bits I've already got, like this. I hope you can see that, and growing the 4 clematis within that along here, like that. But yeah, the clematis should grow well here, because they will have the shade netting protecting the roots from the southerly sun. So I'm cutting this apple mint back now, mainly because I'd like this piece of stock fencing to be able to support my clematis. And this hasn't worked for staking the apple mint this year. I need a far better method of staking for 2026. Finally. So I fashioned these sort of cylinders of stock wire from the stock fencing I already had in this bed as supports, and I'm just going to use a few bamboo canes to secure it. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to plant the clematis in the middle of each of these cylinders, and not in any particular order. I'm going to start with East River. I just want to mark my circle, and then I know exactly where the middle is. Oh, a rogue tulip bulb from a few years ago. And another. And I want to make the hole as deep as the pot, really. Okay, there we are.
So there are numerous different Clematis species, but for the purposes of pruning, they are split into 3 different pruning groups, and all 4 of the Clematis that I have here fall into group 3, and that is Clematis that flower in late summer on growth made in that season. And the reason I like a group 3 Clematis is because it's nice and simple and easy, and basically I can cut it back really hard early next spring.
And this one is Star River.
I absolutely love Clematis as cut flowers, and I've often cut varieties that I have growing in the cottage garden. They've got a really, really good vase life, and they just add something a little bit different to a bouquet. But for me, they do have the downside in that because the ones I have in the cottage garden are climbers and they do have tendrils, they can be a little bit awkward and time consuming to cut. So to hopefully make cutting these clematis less of a chore, the 4 clematises that I have here are Integrifolia, and that really means that they're more herbaceous, clump-forming, sort of perennials. They will scramble across the ground if they're left unsupported, but they don't have those climbing tendencies or the tendrils that they need in order to do that.
Hudson River.
These varieties are also slightly later to flower, and although I do love a clematis in the spring, some of those varieties can be quite short-lived and their floral display doesn't go on and on and on. Whereas these later summer flowering varieties tend to start flowering from June time, and then they can keep flowering, as we can see here, right into October. Do let me know in the comments if any of you grow clematis specifically for cut flowers, especially if any of you grow these varieties, and perhaps things that you like about growing clematis as cut flowers, and perhaps any negative points would be great to know too.
And then this one is Blue River. This one's got some lovely flowers on it now, and nice picture. Ooh. Now, we will water these in imminently, but first of all, I want to go ahead and plant a little bit of creeping thyme just sort of around the front of these clematis here, because they'll just help to shade the roots in the summer. And also, I feel it's time to lift and divide my thyme, and I think this is a really good spot for it.